Hello students, in BSc first year semester second, you have to learn two papers. So first paper is MEAT 201 and name of that paper is Integral Calculus. In Integral Calculus, you have to learn two books, Integral Calculus and Vector Calculus. So we start the chapters from Integral Calculus. First chapter is a reduction formula. Now reduction formula is obtained from the integration, and you have the integration integrating by parts, and general formula will be obtained lastly, and using that general formula you have to evaluate integration directly by using that reduction formula. So first we see some examples. Establish a reduction formula for integration of x raised to n into e raised to ax dx. Here n is any integer and a is any constant, and you have to establish the integration formula or reduction formula of integration of x raised to n into e raised to ax dx, and hence evaluate integration of x cube e raised to ax dx, or you can evaluate x square e raised to ax dx, x raised to 4 e raised to ax dx, x raised to 5 e raised to ax dx, using that reduction formula for integration of x raised to n into e raised to ax dx. Now solution. Now here you use the integrating by parts. Making use of integrating by parts, we have use of integrating by parts. We get. So what is integration? Integrating by parts. That is, if you have two functions u and v, suppose, then integration of u v is equal to u and v are functions of x or functions of y. So u and v. So how you take the u as a first function or v as a second function, or v as a first function and u as a second function, by using the LRATE rule. What is L? L is the logarithmic function, I means inverse function, A means algebraic function, T means trigonometric function, and E means exponential function. Using this, you choose which is the first function from u and v. Suppose your u is first function, we don't know what is u, then use the formula u into integration of v minus integration of v into derivative of u. So if u is a function of x, then dx of u. So using this formula, you find the reduction formula of x raised to n into e raised to x ax dx. So making use of integrating by parts, we get, so integration of x raised to n into e raised to ax dx. Here x raised to n is the algebraic function and e raised to ax is the exponential function, LIATE. So you take x raised to n is the first function and e raised to x is the second function. Therefore x raised to n into integration of second e raised to ax dx minus integration of e raised to ax dx into derivative of first, that is ddx of x raised to n dx for this integration. So is equal to x raised to n into, what is integration of e raised to ax? E raised to ax upon a minus integration of e raised to ax upon a into derivative of x raised to n. So its derivative is n into x raised to n minus 1 dx. So this can be written as x raised to n into e raised to ax upon a minus, here n is constant out of the integration, n upon a into integration of x raised to n minus 1 into dx. So left side is integration of x raised to n into e raised to ax dx is equal to x raised to n into e raised to ax upon a minus n upon a into integration of x raised to n minus 1 dx. So this is the required formula, or this is the required reduction formula of x raised to n into e raised to ax. So this is the formula. Now using this, you have to evaluate the integration of x cube into e raised to ax dx. Means in this reduction formula, you substitute or put n is equal to 3, n is equal to 2 and n is equal to 1 successively. So you obtain the integration of x cube into e raised to ax dx. Putting n is equal to 3, 2, 1 in equation 1 successively, we get, now first you substitute n is equal to 3, so you get x integration of x cube into e raised to x dx, and you need that. So what we get? Integration of x cube into e raised to ax dx is equal to, you substitute n is equal to 3, means x raised to 3 into e raised to ax upon a minus n is equal to 3, means 3 upon a into integration of n is equal to 3, x raised to 3 minus 1 means x square into, now here n upon a x raised to n minus 1 into e raised to ax dx. n upon a outside the integration, x raised to n minus 1 e raised to ax dx. So here n is equal to 3 minus 1 2 into e raised to ax dx, number 2. Again here you see, here integration of x square e raised to ax dx. Then you substitute n is equal to 2 in equation 1. So you get the integration of x square e raised to ax dx. Then you substitute n is equal to 2 in equation 1, we get, so x square into e raised to ax dx, n is equal to 2 is equal to x square into e raised to ax upon a minus n is equal to 2 upon a into integration of 2 minus 1 means x into e raised to ax dx. So number 3. So again you need integration of x into e raised to x dx. So you substitute x n is equal to 1 in equation 1, you get x into e raised to ax dx. Next, and integration of, already you have written, putting n is equal to 3 to 1 in equation 1 successively, x square into e raised to ax dx is equal to, here n is equal to 1 means x into x raised to 1 means x, e raised to ax upon a minus 1 upon a into x raised to n, n means 1, 1 minus 1, x raised to 0, x raised to 0 means 1, e raised to ax dx. And you know the integration of e raised to ax means e raised to ax upon a. So is equal to x into e raised to ax upon a minus 1 upon a into e raised to ax upon a. 1 upon a into a means a square. Number 4. So you use the equation 4 in 3. So here not x square, here x raised to 1. You please make correction here. X, n is equal to 1 means x into e raised to x. So this is the equation 4. Using 4 in 3. Then using next equation in 2. Then you get x cube into e raised to x dx. Using equation 4 in 3 we get, using equation 4, base 4 in 3 we get, so in 3 means integration of x square into e raised to ax dx is equal to x square into e raised to ax upon a minus 2 upon a in bracket. So integration of x into e raised to x is equation 4. What is equation 4? X into e raised to ax upon a minus 1 upon a square into e raised to ax. So what is this? So you simplify this, x square into e raised to ax upon a minus 2x upon a square into e raised to ax. Then minus minus become plus. Then 2 upon a cube, a into a square, a cube, e raised to ax. Then this is the equation 5. So what is this? This is the value of x square into e raised to ax dx. So you obtain x square e raised to ax dx means you obtain the value of this. X square. So you substitute the value of x square e raised to ax here. Means you use the equation 5 in 2. So using equation 5 in 2 we get what is equation 5? Equation 1, equation 2 is this. Therefore, integration of x cube into e raised to ax dx is equal to x cube into e raised to ax upon a minus 3 upon a into value of x square into e raised to x dx means this. So its value from 5, x square into e raised to ax upon a minus 2x upon a square into e raised to ax plus 2 upon a cube into e raised to ax. You simplify this, you get the value of integration of x cube into e raised to ax dx. So simplify this. So is equal to x cube into e raised to ax upon a minus, here 3x square e raised to ax upon a square, then minus minus plus 6x upon a cube into e raised to ax, then plus 6 upon a raised to 4 into e raised to ax. So this is the answer. Or you take e raised to ax common, or e raised to ax upon a raised to 4, e raised to ax upon a raised to 4. So in bracket e raised to x common, a raised to 4 common, but 1 upon a is there. You multiply a raised to 4 in upon a raised to 4 means, or here a cube. So a cube into x cube e raised to x common, a cube x cube minus 3 here a square, then a raised to 4. So here a square, 3a square x square e raised to x common, then plus a raised to 4 upon a cube means a 6ax, then plus a raised to 4 upon a raised to 4 means 1 6. So this is the integration of x cube into e raised to x dx using the reduction formula of x raised to n into e raised to ax dx. So in this way you solve many examples, or you find many reduction formulae using integrating by parts. Again we see one more example. Second example, obtain a reduction formula for integration of x raised to m into sin nx dx. Solution. Here m and n are constants. Also you can take x raised to n into sin nx. If you replace the places of m and n, no harm. Then again making use of integrating by parts, we have x raised to m into sin nx dx. In integrating the parts by using LRAT rule, here x raised to m is the logarithmic function. You take first function is the x raised to m and second function is the sin nx trigonometric function. So is equal to x raised to m into integration of sin nx dx minus integration of sin nx dx into derivative of x raised to m dx. So what is integration of sin nx is equal to x raised to m into integration of sin x is the cos x. Here sin nx upon n minus integration of sin nx upon n into derivative of x raised to m is m into x raised to m minus 1 dx. So this can be written as x raised to m into sin nx. Now here integration of sin nx, not sin nx, integration of sin nx is the minus cos nx. Here minus, make correction, minus x raised to m cos of nx upon n. Here cos of minus, here correct, sin nx dx, and integration of sin nx is minus cos nx upon n. Therefore, next step is minus x raised to m cos nx upon n, then minus minus become plus, m constant, n constant, m upon n into integration of x raised to m minus 1 into cos nx dx. You remember here integration of sin x is minus cos x. Therefore, integration of sin nx is the minus cos nx upon n. And here minus minus plus m upon n, x raised to m minus 1 cos nx dx. Number 1. What is this? This is the x raised to m, integration of x raised to m into sin nx dx. Again you find the integration of x raised to m minus 1 cos nx dx. Again, making use of integrating by parts, you have integration of x raised to m minus 1 into cos nx dx. So you remember that integration of sin x is minus cos x and integration of cos x is the sin nx. Derivative of sin x is cos x and derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Integration and derivative are reverses to each other. So again, making use of integrating by parts, x raised to m minus 1 is first function into integration of cos nx is sin nx upon n, then minus integration of cos nx, that is sin nx upon n into derivative of first, derivative of x raised to m minus 1, that is m minus 1 into x raised to m minus 2 dx. So this can be written as x raised to m minus 1 into sin x upon n, then m minus 1 minus m minus 1 upon n outside the integration into x raised to m minus 2 into sin nx dx. Number 2. So this is the integration of x raised to m minus 1 cos nx dx. Therefore, you use the equation 2 in 1, we get, using equation 2 in 1, we get, what is 2? This. Using 2 in 1, 2 is this, you apply 2 in 1. So what we get? So you consider equation 1. Left side of 1 is integration of x raised to m into sin nx dx is equal to minus x raised to m into cos nx upon n plus m upon n and value of x raised to m minus 1 cos nx dx from 2. So its value is x raised to m minus 1 upon n into sin nx, not x, sin nx, then minus m minus 1 upon n into integration of x raised to m minus 2 into sin nx dx. Close the bracket. Or this can be written as minus x raised to m into cos nx upon n plus m upon n square x raised to m minus 1 into sin nx, then minus m into m minus 1 upon n square into integration of x raised to m minus 2 into sin nx dx. So here m and n are constants. So this is the reduction formula of x raised to m into sin nx dx. So in this way you find the reduction formula of x raised to m into sin nx dx by making use of integrating by parts. Homework: find the reduction formula for integration of x raised to m into cos nx dx by making use of integrating by parts or previous using this formula. You find the integration or reduction formula of x raised to m into cos nx dx. So we stop here. Thank you.